Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Let's talk about a simple yet transformative idea, the shift from trying to doing. You see, trying is like standing at the edge of a pool, dipping your toes in, and convincing yourself you're swimming. Doing, on the other hand, is jumping in. It's messy, imperfect, and often uncomfortable, but it's where the real magic happens. How often do we say, I'll try to be a better parent. I'll try to write that book. I'll try to take care of myself. But let's be honest, I'll try is often code for I'm scared and it's okay to feel that fear. Fear is a natural companion to growth. But here's the thing, nothing meaningful happens while we're stuck in try. The bridge between where we are and where we want to be is built one bold, imperfect step at a time. It's built by doing. And not doing perfectly, just doing something. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates change. So today, I'm inviting you to stop trying and start doing. Not later, not when it feels convenient, and definitely not when you feel ready, because ready is a myth. Start now. And remember, doing isn't about being fearless, it's about being brave. Fear might whisper, what if I fail? But bravery shouts back, what if I fly? Let's talk about how to move from trying to doing. Clarity over comfort. When it comes to moving from trying to doing, clarity is your most powerful ally. It's easy to get stuck in the trap of seeking comfort, staying where things are familiar, predictable, and safe. But comfort rarely leads to growth. Clarity, on the other hand, gives you the courage to move forward even when the path is uncertain. So what does clarity really mean? It means understanding why you want what you want. Why does this goal matter to you? Why is this action important? When you're crystal clear on your why, you have a guide that can pull you through doubt, fear, and discomfort. Here's the truth, growth is rarely comfortable. Starting a new project, learning a new skill, or making a big change will feel awkward at first. You'll feel exposed, and you might even feel like you're failing. But if you're clear on what's at stake, on what's waiting for you on the other side of the discomfort, you can keep going. For example, let's say you want to get healthier. The comfort zone says, stay on the couch, you've had a long day. Clarity, however, reminds you, I want to feel strong enough to keep up with my kids. I want to live a long, vibrant life. That clarity is what gets you up and moving, even when comfort begs you to stay still. Here's the key, clarity isn't just about what you want, it's also about what you're willing to let go of. Sometimes doing requires sacrificing short-term comfort for long-term fulfillment. It's about saying no to what's easy so you can say yes to what's meaningful. Clarity gives you the ability to face challenges head-on. When obstacles arise, and they always do, comfort will tempt you to retreat. But clarity empowers you to push through because you understand what's at stake. You realize the discomfort is temporary, but the rewards of action can be life-changing. So how do you get clear? Start by asking yourself some powerful questions. What do I really want, and why does it matter to me? What's at risk if I stay in my comfort zone? How will I feel if I start taking action, even imperfectly? Write down your answers. Look at them when fear or doubt creeps in. Let your clarity be louder than your fear. In the end, comfort might feel good in the moment, but clarity will take you to places you never dreamed possible. Choose clarity over comfort, and you'll find the strength to stop trying and start doing. Imperfect action is still progress. We live in a world where perfection is often glorified. We're told to plan everything out, wait until we have all the answers, and only act when we're sure of success. But here's the truth, waiting for perfection is the fastest way to stay stuck. Progress isn't about doing everything flawlessly, it's about doing something, anything, to move forward. Imperfect action is still progress, because every small, messy step you take brings you closer to where you want to be. The beauty of imperfect action is that it frees you from the paralyzing grip of overthinking. You don't need to have everything figured out to start. You don't need a perfect plan or the right tools. You just need to take one step and then another. Let's be honest, taking imperfect action feels vulnerable. It's putting yourself out there without a safety net, knowing you might fall, fail, or look foolish. But vulnerability is the birthplace of growth. Every time you act, you learn something, you refine your approach, you build momentum. And that momentum is far more valuable than the illusion of perfection. Think about it, how many great ideas never see the light of day because someone was waiting for the perfect moment. How many dreams are abandoned because the path wasn't clear enough. The truth is, the perfect moment doesn't exist. The path only becomes clear as you walk it. Here's a practical example. Imagine you want to start your own business. You could spend months or even years crafting the perfect business plan, researching endlessly, and waiting for the right time. Or you could take one imperfect action, create a simple prototype, reach out to a potential client, or start a social media page. Those small, messy actions might not be perfect, but they create momentum. They turn ideas into reality. Imperfect action also allows for flexibility. When you stop waiting for the perfect plan, you open yourself up to learning and adapting as you go. You can't predict every obstacle or opportunity before you start. But when you're in motion, you can adjust and grow in real time. It's also important to celebrate your imperfect progress. Every small step forward, no matter how clumsy it feels, is a win. Each action brings you closer to your goal, even if it's not as polished as you hoped. Progress is cumulative. The more you do, the more confident you become, and the easier it gets to keep going. Here are a few tips to embrace imperfect action. 1. Set a small, actionable goal. Instead of focusing on the big picture, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do right now? 2. Give yourself permission to fail. Failure isn't the opposite of progress, it's part of it. Every misstep teaches you something valuable. 3. Focus on consistency, not perfection. Doing something consistently, even imperfectly, builds habits and creates momentum. 4. Celebrate the process. Acknowledge the courage it takes to act, even when it's messy. Imperfect action is a mindset shift. It's about valuing progress over perfection and courage over comfort. It's about understanding that every step you take, no matter how small or flawed, brings you closer to your goal. So let go of the idea that you have to have it all figured out. Embrace the mess. Start before you're ready, because imperfect action is still progress, and progress is what leads to transformation. Discomfort is the price of growth. Growth is a journey that demands something of us. It asks us to step beyond what's comfortable, familiar, and easy. At its core, growth is an act of transformation, becoming someone stronger, wiser, or more capable than you were yesterday. But transformation doesn't come without discomfort. In fact, discomfort is the price of growth. Think about it, anything worth achieving, whether it's personal, professional, or emotional, requires us to stretch beyond what we know. It's not comfortable to learn a new skill, have a tough conversation, or face a fear. Discomfort is a sign that we're stepping into the unknown, and the unknown is where growth lies. The tricky thing about discomfort is that our instincts tell us to avoid it. Our brains are wired to seek safety and predictability. When we feel uncomfortable, our first reaction might be to retreat, procrastinate, or distract ourselves. But avoiding discomfort doesn't make it go away. It just keeps us stuck where we are. Growth is about choosing discomfort on purpose. It's about recognizing that the unease you feel isn't a sign you're failing, it's a sign you're evolving. It's the growing pains of stepping into a better version of yourself. Let's look at some examples. In fitness, you feel discomfort when you push your body to run faster or lift heavier weights. That discomfort isn't a punishment, it's your body adapting and getting stronger. In relationships, discomfort comes when you have honest conversations, set boundaries, or make yourself vulnerable. That discomfort fosters trust and connection. In careers, discomfort happens when you take on a challenging project, speak up in a meeting, or ask for a promotion. That discomfort builds confidence and opens doors. Every major milestone in your life likely came with moments of discomfort. Remember the first time you rode a bike, gave a speech, or started a new job? At the time, it probably felt awkward, even scary. But those moments help shape who you are today. Discomfort doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're doing something brave. It's a sign that you're breaking out of your comfort zone and stretching into new possibilities. The key is to embrace discomfort rather than resist it. Here's how. 1. Reframe discomfort as growth. Instead of seeing it as something negative, view it as a necessary part of the process. Every time you feel uncomfortable, remind yourself that it's a signal you're growing. 2. Take small, manageable steps. Discomfort doesn't mean you have to dive in headfirst. Start small, take one step outside your comfort zone, then another. Build resilience gradually. 3. Lean into curiosity. Instead of fearing discomfort, get curious about it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How will this help me grow? 4. Practice self-compassion. Growth is hard and discomfort can feel overwhelming. Be kind to yourself as you navigate the process. Celebrate your courage, even if things don't go perfectly. 5. Visualize the reward. Keep your focus on what you're working toward. Imagine how it will feel to achieve your goal, and let that vision motivate you through the discomfort. One of the most empowering realizations is this: the discomfort you feel is temporary, but the growth it creates can last a lifetime. Each time you push through discomfort, you expand your capacity to handle challenges. You become stronger, more resilient, and more capable. So the next time you feel discomfort, don't run from it. Lean into it. Remind yourself that it's not a barrier, it's a bridge. Discomfort is the price of growth, and the rewards on the other side are worth every moment of unease. Fear is one of the most persuasive voices in our lives. It whispers, wait until you're ready, what if you fail, or maybe this isn't the right time. It presents itself as logical, protective, even caring. But fear's true goal isn't to help you grow, it's to keep you safe in the small confines of your comfort zone. If you're trying to move forward while constantly negotiating with fear, you'll find yourself stuck in the same place, spinning your wheels but never gaining traction. Fear doesn't bargain fairly. The more you try to appease it, the louder it gets. It feeds on hesitation, thrives on self-doubt, and thrives on delay. That's why it's time to stop negotiating with fear altogether. Understanding fear's role. Let's be clear, fear isn't inherently bad. It's a survival mechanism designed to protect you from real danger, like crossing a busy street or touching a hot stove. But in today's world, fear often oversteps its boundaries. It kicks in not just when you're facing physical harm, but when you're about to face emotional risk, uncertainty, or vulnerability. Situations that are crucial for growth. And because these stories sound reasonable, we negotiate. We say, okay, I'll wait until I've done more research, or I'll try once I feel more confident. But the truth is, fear will never agree to let you feel ready. It will always find another excuse, another condition, another reason to stay put. Negotiating with fear gives it power. When you listen to its demands, you validate its authority over your decisions. Fear doesn't play fair. It's not interested in compromise. Its goal is to keep you safe, but safe often means stuck. Consider this: every significant achievement in your life likely involved a moment when you stopped listening to fear. Maybe it was applying to college, starting a new relationship, or taking on a challenging project. At some point, you decided the risk was worth it, and that decision brought you to where you are today. How to stop negotiating with fear. Stopping negotiations with fear doesn't mean eliminating it entirely. Fear will always be there, especially when we think about achieving big goals. It's easy to feel overwhelmed. The gap between where we are and where we want to be can seem daunting. But the truth is, massive success isn't built overnight. It's built through consistent, incremental progress. The key to getting there is momentum, and momentum is sparked by small wins. Why small wins matter. Small wins are those manageable, bite-sized achievements that keep you moving forward. They might not seem significant in the moment, but they play a crucial role in creating progress. Each small win builds confidence, reinforces your sense of capability, and reminds you that you're on the right track. Think about pushing a stalled car. At first, it's incredibly hard to move, but once it starts rolling, the effort needed decreases. Momentum builds and suddenly the car is moving steadily. That's exactly how small wins work. They're the initial push that gets you out of inertia and into action. The psychology behind small wins. Our brains are wired to seek rewards, and accomplishing even a tiny goal triggers a release of dopamine, a feel-good chemical that boosts motivation. Each small win reinforces a positive feedback loop. Action leads to success. Success feels good, and that feeling encourages more action. Over time, this loop transforms a series of small victories into significant progress. Small wins also combat overwhelm. When faced with a massive goal, it's easy to feel paralyzed by its size. Breaking it into smaller, achievable steps makes it more manageable. Instead of focusing on the entire staircase, you focus on the next step. Examples of small wins in action. Fitness goals. Instead of aiming to lose 30 pounds, start with committing to 10 minutes of exercise a day. Celebrate when you complete a week of workouts. Career advancement. Rather than trying to overhaul your entire skill set, focus on learning one new tool or concept each week. Recognize your growth as you master each one. Personal growth. If you're working on building confidence, start with small actions like speaking up in a meeting or sharing your ideas with a friend. Each positive experience builds self-assurance. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one simple idea: the time for trying is over. The time for doing is now. Stop waiting for the right moment or the perfect set of circumstances. The truth is, those moments will never come. What's important is the action you take right now. Each small step forward, no matter how imperfect, is progress. Each step moves you closer to the life you've been dreaming of. Remember, discomfort is the price of growth, clarity is the guide, and small wins are the fuel for momentum. Fear will always be there, but don't let it dictate your actions. Instead of negotiating with fear, let your actions speak louder. Let them be the proof that you're doing, not just trying. So take that first step today. Make it messy, make it imperfect, but make it count. Because the life you want is waiting on the other side of your willingness to start doing. Let's stop trying, and let's start doing together.